Climbing to new heights, spending time in nature, it's something the Golgi family lives for.
Christina and I have always been an outdoor family. So even with the kids, we always went on hikes and camping trips.
But the last few years have been tough. We sat down with Javad and Christina outside their Grafton home to talk about their journey. It began with a subtle symptom.
My voice went nasal.
Yeah, so her voice went nasal, so all of a sudden everything she was saying sounded like she was talking through her nose.
Doctors assured Christina it was nothing to be concerned about, but as the days passed, she noticed small changes, and big ones. She had been studying sign language, but suddenly lost the ability to maneuver her fingers. More than a year after her voice changed, finally, doctors knew her symptoms were caused by a neurological disorder. 6 weeks later, a diagnosis: ALS.
I had heard of ALS through Stephen Hawking.
I think we knew Stephen Hawking's had ALS, but I think it's only after getting the diagnosis that Christina and I realized that it's a terminal disease.
One that has rapidly changed the life of this family of 5.
It's a continuous gradual decline, so every time there's a new thing that she can't do, you get used to that, and then there's something else that she can't do.
But there would be hope. Born in a college dorm room by a student at Brown University with a voracious appetite for reading.
I got very interested and kind of curious about neurodegenerative disease, and realized there's just infinity papers out there, and you can kind of just keep going through them.
2 weeks, just 2, behind closed doors, and Joshua Cohen reappeared with an idea.
We were friends in college. Josh came to me one evening and said, "Hey, I have an idea for treating Alzheimer's and ALS." And I said, "Well, I haven't seen you in a few weeks, so I guess that explains it."
In Justin Klee, Joshua found support.
I knew he was crazy, but that's what was so exciting about it. I mean, just the sort of ambition of like, hey, what if we have a treatment solution? And so we met up and we talked about it, and we decided to start a company.
I think what I was really focused on was this question of how do neurons die? What are the decision points? What are the choke points? How does that ultimately happen? And so that kind of spawned the idea to make a drug that targeted the key pathways that result in a neuron dying. And if you can block those, then maybe you can make neurons live longer and function longer, both the ER stress.
Investors were charmed by what Cohen and Klee were proposing, a combination of 2 drugs that they believed would protect neurons from degeneration. But they were turned off by the hurdles. Only 2 drugs for the treatment of ALS have been approved by the FDA, and those were developed by well-established companies.
Many investors told us, well, geez, I really hope you're successful, but that's a tough disease, and I'm not sure that I want to invest in that.
Again, timing. The formation of their company, Amylyx Pharmaceuticals, coincided with the Ice Bucket Challenge, bringing attention to this debilitating disease, and new support for these college friends, now co-founders.
Everyone knew what a big deal it was. So we were very lucky to receive support from the ALS Association, ALS Finding a Cure, and part of that funding came from the Ice Bucket Challenge.
Clinical trials of the treatment developed by the company in partnership with researchers at Mass General have now shown encouraging results.
We took AMX35 through all the various preclinical studies that one needs to see, is this a drug candidate? But ultimately, the most important thing is this something that can actually help people? We, along with our colleagues at Mass General and around the country, ran a clinical trial in people with ALS. And we're really excited that last December, we unblinded the trial and the drug worked. People retained function much longer on key areas like breathing, swallowing, walking. So we're tremendously excited and optimistic that this might be a new treatment for people who really need it.
About 3 years ago, Christina would be the first of 137 patients to receive the drug.
It's actually been very evident that it's been working. There was a brief period when we weren't on the drug, And during that period, there was a very rapid progression of her decline. And when we went back on the drug, it really stabilized and slowed things down again.
The positive results have turned what was just inspiration into a mission.
You reach a point where the drug goes from an opportunity to a responsibility. If this is a treatment that can help them, then we need to do everything we can to get it to people as fast as possible.
It means so much. Yeah, it's amazing.
Since we first aired this story, promising new findings were published in the journal Muscle and Nerve. The clinical trial found patients who took the same medication that Christine took lived a median 6.5 months longer than those who received a placebo. Coming up, colon cancer patients are younger and younger.